All right, in this video today, I want to talk about discipline, what it takes to become a successful trader. And I know that this could mean different things for different people, but for me in general, I've been doing this for 13 years now, trading futures, and I will say that it was not an easy task, and still to this day is not an easy task. But the more we do it, spend time looking at these charts, being able to review and understanding the movement, the flow of structure, and understanding, which direction the market is actually moving, it gets easier in time. Now, nothing's going to be 100% perfect. Nothing's going to be a work 100% guaranteed all the time. But you have to get to a point of consistency to become profitable, meaning that you have to continuously be on the charts, doing homework, back testing, and forward testing. It never stops. It's no different than going and working a 9 to 5 job to where you're doing the routine things every single day. But the beauty about trading is that the markets are always changing. So, it presents a new level of interest. It's just like playing, any board game or kind of like a video game in itself. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that it just brings a new heightened level of interest every single day, because when I look at the charts, I'm able to see that, okay, today it's did this, yesterday it's did this, last week it's did this, but I'm having to change my mind. I thought, okay, the process in which I'm looking to change. I could have been bullish one day and today I'm bearish. So it's all about being able to read and understand. And you have to have a logical mindset, being very analytical to be able to determine and decipher what the market is doing. But this is what's really changed my life as a whole. It's grabbed my interest and has allowed me to become passionate about it. And I talk about passion because that's what's going to fuel you moving forward each and every day. That's what's going to get you out of the bed every day, to get you in front of these charts, to want to do this on a continuous daily basis. All right. So many people are tied to the idea of chasing and want to trade because of the money. Don't do any, I'm going to say this right now. Please do yourself the biggest favor. Don't jump into something just because of the money. All right. Because if you don't have passion, if you don't love doing what you set out to do each and every day, eventually you're going to get burnt out and the money's not going to mean anything, or you're going to continue pushing yourself over the edge, burning the wick at both ends of the candle just because of the money piece. All right. You have to understand, in life, there is a balance. Okay. All right. You have quality of life is a whole lot more than having a certain amount of quantity of money, meaning that you want to be able to have some mental space, in a sense, to where you feel comfortable about yourself and what you're doing each and every day, and you love what you do each and every day versus getting up and hating what you do every single day. All right. Because then the emotional aspect is going to come into play, and then eventually, just because you started a job and you're getting paid over 100,000 or 200 grand a year or whatever it may be, eventually you're going to get burnt out, and you're going to find yourself having to reinvent the wheel and find something that you truly love to do when you should have been doing that from the beginning. Okay, so I'm saying this to those that are watching, really more so, in no specific age level or group. But if you're a beginner trader, or I should say this, if you are an early age person, meaning someone that's still young and is able to, day trade, and you have passion and you want to do this, whether someone showed you, a relative, a friend, a colleague, or whoever it may be, how to do this, and you really truly have interest in doing this, please don't jump into this because of the money. Jump into it and start it and create a career and business out of it because you love to do this. You are excited about getting up each and every day and doing it. And if you're young, that's a great thing, because you can start a career, a long-lasting career doing this. But again, even if you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, that doesn't mean you can't start doing this today. All right. Especially, there's a lot of people who get into this business that are retirees, and, they start to invest income or money they have, that they built up over time working somewhere, and they want to actually trade. It puts them in a space to where once they retire, they have time to be able to do this, trade an hour a day, 2 hours a day. They already have the money set up, in means of retirement, whether it's a pension and Social Security, whatever it is. Now they can take some money and do what they really truly love to do. But that's what it's about, is figuring things out, in life at an early point, and being able to push forward and do that each and every day that you wake up. But you got to remain disciplined, all right? Meaning getting up and doing the same thing over and over and over. Just because, you made 10 grand this week or 20 grand this week in the market, next week could be a totally different week. And then, that you could lose every bit of that 10 grand or 20 grand. So you have to, this is a repetition thing, okay? And you always have to be on your A game in doing this and understanding the flow and the movement of the market. So you've got to become great at reading the markets if you truly want to become successful in trading the markets, okay? That's bottom line, all right? Just like you go to your job every single day, having to perform, doing your actual job, your duty, your assignment, the task of what you were hired to do so you can get that check at the end of the week or at the end of the month. It's the same thing in trading. We've got to, just because 1 week has passed, the next week we got to get back into it and grind and do the same thing again. Every week, every month, every year, okay? The thing about it is we want to set goals for ourselves on a certain pace, okay? This year I did this. This year, next year I want to do this. That doesn't mean I'm talking about the money piece of it to it. You may have a goal as far as a certain amount of income you want to make, but also you have to set goals for yourself as far as looking back to see, maybe what you didn't do correctly or some mistakes you made so you can better improve going forward, monthly, year to year. So we always want to have goals for ourselves and set, to achieve, okay? You just don't want to kind of plateau and be, I'm good where I'm at right now. You always want to be, set the bar at a higher level for yourself. That's the thrill about life, okay? And that's what helped me become, really a disciplined person, was the fact is setting goals, all right? Being able to see that I could actually do this and obtain this first, and becoming disciplined on a weekly basis, doing the same thing in repetition over and over. Now, the market's not going to do the same thing, but keeping true to a plan that I have for myself, all right, obtaining those goals, sticking true to my trading plan, that's the discipline part that I'm talking about. And as long as you're staying disciplined to the plan you set up for yourself and the path you set out, then you will continue doing, doing well. But don't deviate, because I'm telling you, I see it time and time again. I see it on the Discord, in talking in conversations with people, where people, they deviate, because they get a little greedy, and they want more, okay? Then they get burnt most times, okay? They get smacked on the hand, but that's part of the learning process of trading just as well. This is probably one of the hardest things most people will tell you in life that they've ever done, but it's very rewarding. At the same time, you can make a lot of money doing this, more money than probably anything else that anyone else could possibly do in life, because there's no ceiling as far as the amount of money you can make, all right? And I know in most businesses that people may create, they feel the same way. There's no particular ceiling in the amount of money, but with trading, I'm literally saying this because there's no ceiling on a daily basis as far as how much money, or a weekly basis, that you can actually make. You set the bar for your own self. So I created a system that works for me, okay? A strategy that works for me. Not only that, but I created a plan that works for me. One person's plan may not be for the next person, so you've got to find a plan that's going to work for you and stick by that. Allow yourself to follow that regimen on a daily basis. That's what helped transform my life over the last 13 years and allowed me to continue to get better and better and improve over time, okay? Again, don't feel this because you're older in life that you can't do this. You can do this. You really can. All right. But those that are younger, and really starting off, whether you graduate from college or, you've at your job that you have, and now you want to kind of do this part-time to see if you can do it full-time, really push yourself. Push yourself that you never pushed yourself before, but stay disciplined at the same time, when it comes to, educate yourself about the proper ways to be able to trade first. Find a certain strategy that's going to work for you. Back test it, forward test it. Test the system before you start putting in money to be able to trade, okay? And like I always say, I recommend trading the micros for anyone starting off, so they can get your feet wet to see how the markets actually move and to test that strategy full on, But first, demo and stay in simulation until you can prove a level of consistency, because that's part of the discipline part as well. Being disciplined and true to your plan and sticking with that for a period of time so you can reach a level of consistency and being profitable, That's going to show how disciplined you are and aware in this business. Okay, so stay true to yourself. Okay, be humble. If I can give you one of the biggest pieces of advice, is be humble. Stay true to yourself. Don't overdo it. Okay, truly. So discipline is what helps transform many people. Okay, it doesn't matter if you go into the military, for example. You know, maybe you were some person that was, you know, you got in trouble in life, and you needed something to shape you up. Okay. A lot of people, they join the military, and you can tell within a short period of time that they reached a level or obtained some discipline in their life. And that's all it takes a lot of times, is to put that simple little ingredient in the mix, and it changes people's lives. It turns them completely, all right, and it helps them out to where they can focus and move forward. So, you know, that's the part about life, is that we have to, one, become humble and true to ourselves, but we also have to, again, we have to follow a certain systematic way of doing things and staying true to that, okay, so that we can test our ability to see how disciplined we are within these markets, because the markets are going to throw everything it possibly can at us to try to take what we have from us. And I mean everything. It could be your psychology. It could be definitely your funds, your money. So it doesn't care. The market doesn't care how much money you have. It doesn't care, you know, how you feeling that day. Okay. It doesn't care about your car note or your mortgage. It's going to take everything. It wants to. Okay. That's just how the system's built. In turn, because when you're losing, somebody else is making money, and when you winning, somebody else is losing. So think about it in terms like that. Build a foundation for yourself. You have to figure out who you are as a person, and first see, can you really truly do this? Is this something that you're doing because you're chasing the money, or is you doing it because you're passionate about doing it and you truly want to do it? Okay, because there's a big difference, and you got to be able to separate the two to see you know, where you lie at, on which end of the spectrum. Because again, if you're passionate, then you're going to have the fuel to do this. If not, then you're going to fail. All right. So just want to talk about that, because those are some of the things that helped me along and showed me and allowed me, because again, these markets will truly humble you, and at the same point, teach you a lesson just as well. They will discipline you in turn. Okay. Again, it's like going to the military. You know, you have that drill sergeant in your face, and they're going to discipline you and shake everything out of you, all those bad habits and bad ways, to transform you into what they need to transform you into. Same thing with the markets. They're going to shift you and shape you, either for good or for bad. Okay. So hopefully this advice helps someone out there that's watching it, whether you're young or you're older, getting into this business. I just want to share my perspective, my point of view on how discipline can transform your life if you allow it to, especially within these markets, because it's done so over the last 13 years for me. So I appreciate everyone spending time watching the videos. I definitely do on a daily basis. Thank you for doing so. Thank you for believing me as a content creator and posting this valuable content for you guys. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and see that button down below. Click on that subscribe button. Become part of the community, part of the channel, as well as the Discord. If you're interested, there's a link down in the description portion of the video, so you can join. And to anyone that's interested, because people always reach out, that want to become an elite member to gain access to the private community, where you get my trade breakdowns, where I go into detail about the strategy as a whole, to where I talk about, you know, the ins and outs of the strategy. I'll walk you through the process of trades I've taken, as well as the video playlist and other various content. If you want to become part of that private community for a very inexpensive fee of only $6.99, that link is down in the description portion of the video, and it has helped. Lots of traders out. So it's up to you if you want to, but that link is down in the description portion of the video, right below the Discord link. But outside of that, that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate you tuning in on the daily. If you found value in today's video, please do me the biggest favor and drop a like on the video. Take care. See you in the next one.